and Djarins, Doctor Who 60th week. Hello and welcome back to Thasmin and Djarins Chats with. In this episode, Morgan is back and we are going to be talking about Doctor Who from the start to the finish with our favourite episodes and a lot more. And I hope you enjoy the chat and let's begin.
Good morning, Leah.
Welcome back.
I'm very happy to be here. So, to start with, I just want to do this.
Yes.
I have arrived with my screwdriver.
Yes.
I just thought that was an iconic way to start things.
I agree. That's a really good one. Yep. So, 60th month, we're finally here.
Absolutely. And also my birthday month too.
Oh, happy birthday, Morgan.
Thank you. It is the end of the month. But
Yeah.
much appreciated.
Yeah. So we're obviously here to talk all things Who.
Yes.
Obviously, it is a big month. And
it's huge for the show as a whole.
Yeah.
60 years.
Yeah. So, Who we've obviously, I presume you've already been watching Classic Who on BBC iPlayer and the new Whoniverse lineup.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
I have not stopped at all.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it this morning. I watched a few episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
You know what? I may as well start with you then. So, what are your favourite episodes from Classic Who then, amongst all of the classic Doctors, including Paul McGann?
Oh yeah, I feel like, well, I would say the Web Planet for me.
Yeah.
From series 2, it's still one of my personal favourites. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, and I always find it very comical because those Zarbi and the Menoptera and the Optra, and there's some kind of quotes that kind of really make me laugh. And then
I must admit, I'm still yet to watch the Web Planet, but it does sound good.
Yeah. I would recommend to watch it because it's definitely bonkers, but also there's some good character working as well, and there's also emotional stuff as well. So it is something I personally would recommend.
Understandable.
Yeah, Second Doctor. There's the Moon Base. I kind of love because there's just the characters are very interesting, and there's a Cyberman invasion and probably one of the most unusual solutions in there.
Obviously, don't spoil it because people might not have seen it.
So I won't. Yeah, I won't spoil. But yeah, I would recommend watching that.
Third Doctor.
Yeah, I'd say 3 Doctors because once again bonkers. There's also something that I think has a bit of, well, with one character, he's very, very dramatic. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I just can't stop laughing at how, like, in one part it's like, very bonkers, but also with with the Doctors, obviously.
Exactly, and they're all sharing the same brain and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about the 4th? Now I know he's an iconic one.
Yeah. I own quite a few DVDs myself, but I'm gonna go for the Pirate Planet.
Fair enough. I was not expecting that, but fair enough.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't personally enjoy it, and it's understandable because I get why people don't. But for me, it's just one of those plots that is unusual, but I can't stop laughing at it. Really.
I mean, I do have to admit, and it's no shame on the production value of it from years ago, but the production value is quite dated now, so it is quite funny.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's what made Doctor Who it is today, really, in my mind.
yeah,
Because without classic Who, then I don't doubt we'll have modern Who.
yeah. Uh,
So the fifth.
oh, this is interesting because I love the Black Guardian arc. So
Oh,
yeah,
I've heard good stuff about that one.
oh yeah. Obviously, I'd say Enlightenment would be my personal favorite, but I'm excited to see what you have to say on it because it's it's got some uniqueness in, but
Mm.
without spoiling it, I'd say it's definitely got that dramatic factor in, and
What would you rate it out of 10 now?
I'd say 10.
What
10.
it's a top tier episode for you.
Yeah, I just like I'd say it's not in my top 5 or top 10 per se, but I just love it for what it is, and it is definitely unique and strong and stuff. So yeah.
Fair enough. So the sixth. Now this one is controversial because I know a lot of people don't like Colin Baker
Oh
in
yeah.
Doctor Who, but they do in Big Finish.
Yeah, yeah. I think the reason is I think obviously something didn't connect, obviously, and that's why the poor guy got fired. I think
Yeah,
maybe they made some pretty bad moves there, but I think the fact is what we know now is Colin Baker is loved by so many people, and
absolutely. Nowadays he is.
yeah, and I'm just glad he's getting the respect he deserves. For me, I would say it's got to be the ultimate foe. I just it's got a few of my favourite characters there. You've got some lips in there. You've got quite a few unique Time Lord characters, and
Mm.
and the setting in the Matrix
Did
is
Did you say the Trial of the Time Lord?
yeah, that's Trial of the Time Lord. Yeah,
So the mega 12-part story.
it's 14 parts.
14
It's
parts.
14.
I thought it was 12.
I know. Yeah,
No wonder I thought it was going on a while. I was thinking, bloody hell, just get on with it, man.
yeah,
And I didn't mean to swear there, but
yeah,
still,
yeah,
that's my thoughts on that story. It's a bit
yeah,
mm,
yeah.
hit,
It's a bit long. Yeah,
hit and
but
miss.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I find it hit and miss as well. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Perry's exit. If I'm going to be honest, that's what I'm
Yeah,
not.
same. So
But the rest of it, I do love. And the unlovable without one for me, I think you either love it or you hate it. And I think
basically, Marmite.
yeah, yeah. And for me, I just enjoy it. And I would say this to the public: get in touch and let me know what you think of that episode. Do you love it or you hate it? Because I would love to know.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to know people's thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah.
So, Sylvester McCoy and Paul McGann?
Okay, so with Sylvester McCoy, obviously, Dragonfire is probably one of my personal favourites.
Dragonfly.
Yeah,
Is that the one where the character's face melts?
yeah, yeah.
I
That's the one.
thought it was.
Yeah, and yeah, and you got Mel. You've got obviously it's Ace's debut. I just find Ace so iconic in this episode. I
Oh,
don't.
she's still Ace even in 2023.
Yeah, yeah,
She hasn't changed.
yeah. I just love her for what she is. I just feel like she's just got that youth factor, and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and she's representing the youth of the 1980s. It's a bit like probably what Ruby Sunday will do in the upcoming series. She'll
Maybe.
yeah. So yeah, I just think there's some interesting characters, and also I just love Ballard. She's just a legend, and I think yeah. So watch out for her. We're okay. So
I'm gonna presume Paul McGann's gonna be the TV movie.
yeah, I mean I did listen to one of his episodes, but I didn't complete it. I guess I just didn't have that. But with TV movie, I think it's okay. I mean, it's not my personal favorite.
It's
but
decent enough for the time.
yeah, but if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have got to this day. So
Very true.
that's what I'm thankful for.
That is very true. So here's my answers then. Hang on.
Yeah.
You know what? Every time I answer these questions, I'll do this.
Yes, yes,
Because it shows a transition then.
yes.
My favourite episodes from Classic Who are Edge of Destruction. I haven't seen any second Doctor episodes yet. Planet of the Spiders, All the Sea Devils,
Yes.
the Mask of Mandragora, the one where he's under that veil and says, "Hang on, let me try to get into my Tom Baker voice because I do have it somewhere. I wouldn't say no to a salami sandwich."
That was good. That was good. Yeah.
Thanks. F Shock. The one where Adric unfortunately loses his life to the Cybermen on the crash ship. The Warriors of, so that is 6. So
That,
the reason why I say the Warriors of Deep is because you know the Professor Jericho who was in Flux.
oh, Warriors of Deep. I think that's Twin Dilemma you're talking about. Warriors of Deep is 5.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I get what you're talking about. Yeah, but Twin Dilemma is Kevin McNally. Yes.
I meant to put Twin Dilemma down,
That's
didn't I?
okay.
Haven't seen much of Sylvester McCoy, and the Eighth Doctor has to be the TV film.
Yeah.
Also, to add, another favourite thing of mine from the Classic Who days is the theme tune itself, created by the amazing Ron Grainer and Delia Derbyshire, and of course the iconic BBC Radiophonic Workshop. Also, when the theme tune was tuned into the 80s, I love how Peter Howell's take on the Delia Derbyshire theme tune was taken. It was so amazing that this was actually my last time I enjoyed the theme tune up until 1996.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more a Revival Who fan, but there's so many great Classic Who ones. For example, I know. I think an unpopular opinion is I actually like the Sylvester McCoy one.
What, out of all of them?
No, from Classic Who, but I still love the first one as well. I just love that one, and I was listening to it this morning when I was watching Planet of Giants, and
Yes.
yes,
And it's just, yeah, you just connect with Sylvester McCoy the most in the classic series.
More to the theme. I feel like I'm more towards William Hartnell and John Pertwee. I think because
Oh wow!
yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
I know. Yeah, I just have a soft spot for because with older gentlemen, I don't know why, but I think I get this charm, and it's similar to some when I get with Peter Capaldi when he was the Doctor.
Oh, John Pertwee and Peter Capaldi are identical.
Yeah,
Near enough.
Yeah.
I do admit my Doctor, as in the classic Doctors, it has to be Peter Davison.
Yeah.
There's just something about him that's just, dare I use the word cute? He's just brilliant.
Yeah, I actually think that's just when there's a moment in Five Doctors where you're like, oh, poor thing, and it's just he's in pain, and he's trying to get in touch with his older self, and I'm like, yeah poor thing.
And he's like, yeah, I need to crack on with this.
Yeah.
My favourite scene from the Five Doctors, though, when he's interrogated by the Master and the Cybermen, he's like, oh yeah, mustache. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
So then, what are your favourite episodes from the Revive series, Modern Who? Of course, Eccleston to Whittaker.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Dalek. I think it's apart from that scene that has caused a lot of controversy on Twitter.
No. Remind me what that is. I don't recall this.
I'm not gonna say it, but I think it's I'll tell you when it is. It's when he's confronting the Dalek, and there's a moment where he just I'm not gonna say because I don't want to trigger anyone. This is a trigger-free.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you mean now.
Yeah,
Yeah. When the Doctor confronts the Dalek in the chamber.
yeah. There's
Yeah, I know what you mean now.
Yeah, I just think it's a great story, and I think when you look at the Doctor trying to, he has to deal with Van Staten, who I think is a bit of a what I like to call, he's
He's a
like
pig.
and a joke as well.
Yeah.
I just love it, and but also I do love that finale because it's probably one of my personal favorites.
Yes, you've just said one of mine.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so David Tennant, I
No, this is a toughie now. This
I
is a tough one.
I know it's just because I have been looking back at his era and I've been given a bit more positive praise recently.
I've noticed on Twitter that.
Yeah, I just it's okay. I know I'm gonna be loyal to New Earth, of course, because that was my first ever episode. So
Was it?
yeah, so I'm probably gonna go
In
for that.
2006? That was
Yeah,
your first one?
yeah. So I'm probably gonna go for that one because I still feel nowadays it means a lot to me personally.
Nostalgia based.
Yeah, and the cat nuns, the face of Bo, and I, I mean, I personally love the arc a lot. I feel like I'm not the first part, no, but the next two are kind of great, and it does lead up to the whole thing in series 3 as well. So
Absolutely, I've noticed that.
yeah, Russell's a genius when it comes to that.
Ooh, I'm intrigued with what he does in the 60th and I was nearly said series 14, season 1.
Yeah,
Season 1.
yeah.
Movie on, Matt Smith.
Okay, so I love Matt Smith. I'm gonna go for oh my. This is a hard one because I'm torn because I love his Moving Angel one. The first is 2 part, and then also the astronaut one back in series 6. I'm like,
Can I just add something there?
yeah,
You know that Impossible Astronaut episode
yeah,
with Canton Delaware the Third?
oh yeah,
I met him.
oh yes, yes, yeah,
I have. Yeah, I met him in Liverpool like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, yeah. I've seen your post on Twitter. Congratulations for you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
And what were you gonna say about the Impossible Astronaut and that?
I just, I think there is this emotional moment that I get in that one, like in when the Doctor is suddenly gone, or is he? That track it is emotional, and I listen to it a lot on my iPod. I listen, which is it's melody. It's the one where it says melody pond, and yeah, it's just so emotional, and the way they use it throughout the series, I'm gonna add, is amazing. I mean, I love it when music's reused.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I must add a kind of a negative fun. You could kind of see it as a positive in a way.
Yeah,
Um, for for what you saying about reusing music,
yeah.
I thought that they overkilled it in the Twice Upon Time, Peter Capaldi's Regeneration episode,
Mhm.
because they kept reusing the same tracks over and over again.
Yeah, I'm kind of gonna go half and half because I actually do get what people are saying, and I get what you're saying, and some of those tracks are personally my favorite. But yeah, I feel because I actually have been debating Twice Upon a Time recently myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I think yeah, I do get, but even though this is kind of like a negative, I think it gives Murray the firepower to move forward in.
Yeah,
So we gotta think of it as like a criticism, but turn it into like he can do better.
positive in a way.
Yeah.
I suppose. Peter Capaldi.
Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna go for Heaven Sent. I think.
You said another one of mine.
Yeah. I think.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think the real I get the criticism, of course. I feel that the fans. I think maybe it is too boring, which I think a lot of fans might not like. But
I don't think it was boring in the slightest. There was a bit of everything in that episode to me.
yeah, yeah, I think, but if I look at the acting style, I think what really elevates it for me as a viewer is pick up of his performance. There's and
Yeah.
as also because I love Clara Roswell as well. I think, and I love that team so much. I think that's what helped in the end. I think it's sometimes I feel like if you have a favorite, it works for you. But if you don't have a favorite, maybe
Then it's gonna be very boring.
yeah, I think, but I don't think this. I think this only kind of might be to maybe a few moments, but that can happen, and that's okay. I mean, I
That's
mean,
Doctor Who for you.
yeah, but yeah, I think the music in this episode is beautiful. I mean, the moment where he breaks the wall, I watched that scene a number of times, and it's like, oh my gosh, will you end his suffering, Time Lord? Will you end his suffering?
Exactly. It just gives you chills and hairs on the back of your neck when that music comes through and he then proceeds to break the wall for 4.5 billion years. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
All this for the love of Clara Oswald, eh?
yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh yeah.
kind of romantic, but I do prefer Doomsday over Heaven Sent.
I mean, I actually like Doomsday as well. I mean, there's still some bits that I'm like, okay, not feeling like what you probably would be feeling with having said, but
Possibly.
I still think as a plot point, especially when you look at the Rose situation, I feel like what gives it elevates it is the fact that she does seem to love being with us, and I mean, and I know
Oh, she really, really did love the Doctor.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I feel like there is a negative to it, but when I look at the scene, she was like, "Oh no," she was put in that the worst situation possible, and unfortunately, there was nothing really much she could do once she was in it.
That was it. Game
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
That's where Russell T really did shine, and them really harrowing emotional scenes. It's like,
I
oh
know,
my god, like it's like, please don't kill Ruby Sunday. Please don't do that in
oh
the
no,
first series.
I hope not. I hope they don't because, but I kind of feel like from what I've been reading with Shui Gatwa with the emotion stuff, my, could this be the era that Russell shines with emotions? Because
Maybe, actually.
I'm hoping, yeah, because I feel like because I watched the trailer, which we'll go back probably we'll speak about. I felt like David, finally, I was getting somewhere with you. I'm like,
Oh, hang on. Are you mentioning the 60th anniversary mega trailer there?
yeah,
When he's stuck in that chamber and he's like, why does it have to be this?
yeah, and also
Yeah, that's
yeah,
I love
also
that.
also that moment where he's talking to John is says, I don't know if I can save you this time.
It's like, oh god, he's
Oh,
really going for it in
yeah,
this
going for it.
series, isn't he, Russell T?
He's really going for it. I'm gonna Jodie Whittaker.
Oh yeah, we forgot about
Yeah,
Jodie.
yeah. I was like, I just there's so many episodes I love about Harira. Like I love like the woman who fell to earth and stuff like that. But my pick, and I think this is actually something that I think I love, the power of the Doctor. For me,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
I just enjoy. I think I have that emotional connection with them. I think, but also I also see the emotional connection with all the other characters as well. Like
What, like Kate Stewart and that?
yeah, and that's I think and I've seen that in other shows this year as well, which it seems to be that something I'm now getting the emotional abilities, not just my face but other characters that so it's step in the right direction
Oh yeah.
and that last scene with of course when the Doctor and Yaz on the I on the TARDIS and they're eating ice cream, I'm like poor
Oh no,
things.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
Yes.
Right, so my favorite episodes. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yes.
My favorite episodes of New Who are the Parting of the Ways series 1 finale,
Yeah.
the Stolen Earth, or the Waters of Mars.
Oh yeah.
I can't pick between them two. Um, The Day of the Doctor. Hashtag that was 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. I was 12 at the time it aired.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in my last year. I was in year 11. That was my last year in school. So
Blimey.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Heaven Sent. Well, there's no surprise there, is there?
Yeah, I know.
Heaven Sent is brilliant.
Yes.
And to name a few of Whitaker's, The Haunting of Villa Duodate, The Ascension of the Sidemen, The Timeless Children, hashtag it is canon.
Yes.
It is canon. Also, The Power of the Doctor.
Yes.
The reasons I like these episodes is they hold a close place to my heart and I get real comfort from them. The other thing I like about New Who is the cinematography, the pace of the episodes, and the scores by Seiki Nakanola and Murray Gold.
Yes. Yes.
I had to say that then.
Yeah. That's the first part of me and Morgan's chat. In the next part, which will be the conclusion, I will be talking with Morgan about fans who do YouTube channels, podcasts and all that stuff, and people doing stuff, and giving them a shout out. And of course, talking about the 60th and the future. If you love the content that I do, please like this episode, hit the subscribe button, and click the notifications so you know when the next episode is going to happen. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in part 2. Goodbye, then. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Thasmin and Djarins